it is I, your humble storyteller and dungeon master, B-Day Walters, ready to do some spell jamming.
Hello, I am Trystan Falcone, and I am going to be playing Walnut Dawngrass, a very stubborn wood elf Circle of the Moon druid.
I'm Eugenio Vargas, I'm DM Jazzy Hands, and I'm playing Kent, our phantom rogue tiefling.
Hi, I'm Brian Gray, and I am playing Virgil, the Aasimar sorcerer.
Hi there, my name is Anna Prosser. I play Evelyn Marthane, who is a human Oath of the Ancients paladin.
Hi everyone, I'm Holly Conrad. I'm playing Strix Beestinger. She is a sorcerer and a tiefling and a mess.
Hello, and welcome to Idle Champions Presents Hunger of the Far Realms. We're 5 episodes in, and I'm still not used to not having to do the intros, so in order to save me from myself, I'll just go with my script here. As always, thank you to the Idle Champions players for voting and tuning in tonight. We acknowledge that the stakes are high, not in any small part to those votes, and the fact that this is our penultimate episode. You can know it's serious. I'm wearing red. But as always, we ask you to avoid backseating, to respect the cast. What, did you say something, Brian?
I didn't. The red thing now, I'm like, oh, now I'm concerned.
Oh, right, you got that. I thought you were going to say they can't hear me. That's cool. Yeah, no, pay no attention to it. Like, whatever. It's going to be fine. I mean, maybe did I ask anybody if they consented to fates worse than death in advance because consent is sexy? Did I do that? I don't know. Also, yes, I did. But as always, again, please respect the cast, no backseating. The stakes are high, but there's times that you may not know why they may make a decision. There may be a specific moment they're trying to build up to. They may be doing something that I asked them to do. Maybe just in the moment of stress, they may have done something that is not necessarily numerically optimal, but is optimal for the story. So as always, just enjoy the ride and come along with us. We have our daily vote winners. I ask, if you've seen the vote winners, please don't give it in chat. Don't spoil it, because it will come out organically over the course of the story. If you have seen the votes, that's cool too. As always, our stream code for this episode is episode 5 ICP4 code, which, you know, I love Lauren, but I mean, she kind of phoned that one in, I think. Episode 5 ICP4 code, like, but you know, I'm still gonna give it as our verbal components here of episode 5 ICP4 code day. The reward is 1 gold Virgil chess. It expires November 21st at 4 p.m. Pacific. Also, the next week's code is gonna be like, be quiet, B-Dave, or something. As always, we have our giveaways. Our US and Canada giveaways are 2 Spelljammer boosters. The chat code is !SpaceClown with 2 WizKids Spelljammer booster packs. Quebec is excluded from this giveaway. You know why Quebec is excluded from this giveaway? This is for 2 boosters, not 2 bricks of boosters. And our international giveaway, the Ahoy Matey collection, is Ahoy Matey 3. Which is a Founders Pack 5 and a choice of 1 theme pack. The winners are to be announced at the end of each episode. As always, thank you to our moderators, Jay and Jordan, for keeping us safe, making sure that chat is cool and that everybody has a good time. And with that being said, let us descend back into the Temple of Hadar. You all were locked in combat with these horrifying creatures, the Starspawn, gross amalgamations of chaos incarnate that had been cruelly manifested onto the plane of existence, battling within an inch of their fetid lives here in front of the gates. However, as you look around, the archway set into the outside of the coil spire of the temple moves slowly as the temple continues to writhe and burrow its way into the husk, leaving the arch always at ground level while the spire slowly and continually sinks. The arch appears as cracked and shifting black stones set into scabbed gray flesh. The shadow that fills its center glistening with an oily sheen and blocking all view of what lies beyond. The Starspawn are growling and snarling and locked in battle, and you see they all just stop. They take a few steps back from you and bow down and start covering their heads like they're afraid of something. And from inside the archway, you all hear a feminine voice that you don't recognize say, "Ooh, aren't you all a colorful lot? So many eyes and tentacles for so few legs."
Thank you.
You see out of the darkness 2 figures appear. One of them looks like a person in robes with a white alabaster mask on their face that seems to just move and shift in an odd way as they come forward. The other, which I'm sending you pictures of now, the other is a nearly unspeakably beautiful woman. She looks like she is made out of the stars themselves, twisting and coalescing in vibrant pastels. Except across her midsection is a huge, gaping, horrible mouth. Well, I apologize for the rude reception here. These ones are useful, but lacking in manners. I'm Nebula. This is my associate, Depth. Welcome to the Temple of Hadar.
Evelyn is standing there like this, looking at Nebula.
Yeah, same. Just the gay panic on Walnut's face.
Very much.
Ethereal.
Just panic for Virgil for like half a second. You know, like
I'm just thinking about magic. So behind this, I just want to Arcana check this like weird. Isn't there an eye in the center of this thing? Does it look like an eye, like a maw, or?
In the center, no, it looks like a mouth across her midsection. Just a big mouth.
Mouth.
I mean behind her, in the, on the actual ground in the temple.
Yes. Make your Arcana check.
Yeah, I want to see that because everyone's just like, ooh, and Strix is like, don't care, magic, don't care. That is a 12. I didn't roll very well.
You look at this, Strix, and you start to try and figure out what it is, and it is almost like your inner eye just shuts. Like, it's almost like something is keeping it from you. Just like nothing.
Huh. The third eye on my head just closes, and I'm like, no, open, no!
Evelyn and Walnut, you two see Nebula is equally checking you guys out at the same way, and she says, well, I did not expect all of this. You all smell of the prime material plane of Toral. And when she says Toral, you see Death just grumbles. She goes, well, we can't hold that against them. Listen, we just wanted to come out and give a shot at diplomacy, shall we say. It isn't necessary to resort to violence here. The love of Hadar extends to all, even you.
We have a play.
That's
Mummers! Oh, what is your production? We do so love the theater. We don't get much of it out where we come from.
Evelyn puts her shoulder against Kent and does a ah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Matches it on the other side for sure. Yeah.
Walnut's like talking out of the side of her mouth. She's like, what's the name of the production?
It is
The Love of Lathander.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, yes, that is
working title. Yeah, well, but it's a working title that is ironic in its use, but I can't tell you why because that would spoil it.
Oh, spoilers.
Is it a tragedy?
I have no doubt that there will in fact be tragedy, yes.
But tragedy in itself sometimes is kind of romantic, you know? So
Now,
Could be a romance too. She looks at Kent.
Evelyn, save your voice. Save that beautiful voice. What have we talked about?
mhm.
You think
Well.
my voice is okay?
Oh my god.
To be clear, which one of you is currently carrying the box that Bahamut gave you?
I think it's me.
Is it you, Kent?
Yeah, I think so.
You see Depth moves closer to you. Give me a perception check, Kent.
Yeah. Truly, that robe is spectacular. Where is my character sheet? Sorry. There it is.
I know
That robe
feel.
is
Intimately familiar.
spectacular. Oh, perception.
Yes.
I'm so bad. Oh, it's a 19, though. I rolled a natural 19.
As he gets closer to you, Kent, you realize this is not a being so much as a conglomeration of worms.
Oh.
The robe sort of undulates and bulges, and although the mask clearly seems to be looking at you, you can see the neck and hands just come out to worms that drop down to the ground and wriggle and try and make their way back to the center mass. And it says, "You are a child of chaos as well, are you not?"
I have heard that said about me, yes.
Tell me, how is it that you've found yourself here at the gates of salvation?
You said it yourself. We are children of chaos. How could I explain how we have come to this place when it was but the chance of the chaos of the far realm that brought us here?
Oh, I like all of you. I like all 5 of you. And I would like
Sweating.
to see you survive what's to come. You all seem fairly egalitarian here. Sort of a level leadership structure, not necessarily any one person in charge as such.
Except Lathander.
So funny.
And you see out of that mouth in her midsection, a tongue literally comes out and gags, like, and she kind of pushes it back in, and she goes,
Ew.
The light of the Dawn Father, Dawn Father, usually doesn't reach this far out. I didn't get your name, and I've given you mine. That seems rude. And she is pointing at you, Evelyn.
I am. Evelyn's kind of looking at Kent and then at Walnut. I'm an actress, and my name is not anything that rhymes with Schmevelin.
Oh.
It's Walnut.
Yes, that's true. And I'm Acorn. Is that anything?
Both of
Yes.
you give me deception checks.
No, don't make me play. Oh no.
12.
Sure.
Walnut.
Oh, 13. Okay.
You see, she just looks at you and she just sort of slow nods and goes, "Walnut. Acorn. Good."
Nice to meet you, Nebula.
And she looks right past you at Virgil. And she says, "Are you a better liar than these 2 beautiful creatures?"
Only when the situation calls for it.
Oh.
Well, and she starts walking over towards you, and she says, "Can we speak truthfully?"
Sure, let's try that.
You see Tycho sort of crawls up on your shoulder and says, Daddy, pretty lady, mean lady.
We're good. We're good.
And she just sort of looks at it and then looks back at you and she says, I am prepared to bargain. I am willing to give you safe passage if you could just tell me everything you know. Not Averin. Our business is done with that charlatan. Sulak. Miria? Do these names mean anything to any of you?
Did they? I mean,
Yeah, like,
No, you've
No.
truly never heard those names before in your lives.
not familiar at all.
Well, I really don't care about what's going on here. They have a whole thing they were doing. Depth and I were unfortunately indisposed for a short time, and he leans in very close to you, Kent, and says, "We were dead." She goes, temporarily disincorporated, and so we're sort of getting caught up on things. I personally wouldn't mind if this whole thing got knocked down a few pegs. So, and she turns and looks at you again, Evelyn, and she says, I think you can detect our nature, can you not?
I use Channel Divinity. No, that's not it. What is
Divine
it that I do?
Sense?
Yeah, that. I use that.
They are cracklingly, hideously evil.
Ah!
They are
Tell?
not just evil. Their aberrant nature. They are about as far removed from the natural order as any two beings could be.
Unnice to meet you. I take it back.
Walnut, take it down. Take it down.
I didn't do
1,000.
anything.
Acorn, it's
Acorn,
okay.
I am
You're not,
talking to Walnut.
Oh,
you're not
yes.
responsible for Walnut.
You see, Depth very much like leans in and says, I suspect you are a better fighter than they are at deception, yes?
Me?
Not you, my tiefling friend here.
Kent is only kind of paying attention to Depth at this point because he has noticed that Photos is trying to eat the worms that fall off of Depth.
Meat.
So
Oh,
just
yeah.
sort of with my foot, like pushing him away. Yeah, Photos, Photos.
I feel like Kuba starts doing it as well, and then Strix also starts doing it.
Kuba is gobbling these worms happily.
Strix is like picking him up and just.
Evelyn vomits a little in her mouth.
They taste like madness. Nebula walks very close to your bubble, Evelyn. Like, very, very close to you. She's a little taller than you are. It very much seems she's intentionally just taller than the tallest member of your group. And she leans down slightly, Evelyn, and she says, I'm terrible. I'm a thing of nightmares.
But you're so pretty.
And so are you.
Not the
But I
worst.
have no interest in destroying you here today. In fact, if you wish to go, I'll let you go.
Why?
I want to see his face when you get there. I want to see that one brought low. I want to bask in the radiance of Hadar again. Call it pettiness.
Evelyn kind of just like reaches out for her face and is like, I just wish that I could help you find the light of a new dawn by smiting you from this place so that you could see the truth of Lathander. But I must save the world, and so I must take your offer to let us go. And alas, I will never see you again in this world or the light of the next.
She reaches out and just sort of, what is the current state of Evelyn's hair, by the way, in her current multi-eyed manifestation?
It kind of like, it's that, you know when something is moving like it's underwater, but it's not underwater, like in Pirates of the Caribbean with the cursed pirates? That's what her hair looks like, and it's like gray blonde, but not like a cool platinum gray, just kind of a like dinge blonde.
She reaches out and just idly touches one of the floating strands, and she says, we may yet meet on this plane or the next. Depth. And you notice, Kent, that he's just like right next to you, and he says, you stink of water deep. The stench is unmistakable.
What do you know of Waterdeep?
Quite a bit. The city of the dead. Ripe with food. And just kind of holds his hands up and lets the worms fall a little. Perhaps when our work is done, we will come and visit you there. Make sure you survive whatever lay before you.
Kent did not roll well on a wisdom save just now, so my hand is absolutely beginning to flicker with a little bit of flame, something that he almost never does, and is reaching, not quickly, not immediately aggressively, but definitely reaching for my rapier.
Virgil, you know your husband. You heard what Depth said. I won't even make you roll. What, if anything, does Virgil do? As Depth is very clearly antagonizing Kent, and it looks like it's working. So,
it honestly, it sort of had like a pass-through effect. Like even Virgil, like his hands grip around his staff just a little bit tighter. You can almost hear it creaking. But he does lean forward just so that Kent is aware of his presence and tries to say, not now, not this moment.
He will not touch the first place we have found as a home in years, Virgil. He won't.
No, because we'll be there then to stop him. But now is not that time.
And it just sort of slides back a little bit. And Nebula says, well, this has been highly instructive. Might I do something nice for you, Acorn and Walnut?
Sure.
Maybe.
That's like the illustrative difference between Walnut and Evelyn in a nutshell. Can I do something nice for you? Sure, maybe.
You see, Nebula just turns and motions her hand, and the remaining star spawns start to go, and they just start exploding.
Thank you. That was nice. So thoughtful.
You're very welcome. Oh, and you see she turns and looks off towards the temple and says, I think it's time that we depart. Should you run into Sulak and Miria, even hear about them, please tell them that I'm looking for them.
Okay.
Come Depth, we should away. and you see he just collapses into a pile of worms. Just
No, wait, no, can I grab some?
absolutely.
No, I'm just gonna put some in my robes. Be like, I just, it's a good spell. How many? That's a lot of polymorphs. All those worms.
And you see behind Nebula, you hear a ripping, like reality is just being torn apart behind her. And she just casually steps back into it. She says, "Until next time, heroes." And it closes up around her.
I've never been this close to vomiting than I am about that worm person in a D&D game. It's disgusting.
That Evelyn said that. I'm like, you've never
No,
thrown
Anna
up?
said that. In a
That
D&D
was
game,
that was
I've never.
impressive. That was
Yeah.
nice.
It was
Um,
disgusting.
Nebula and Deck,
so-
they're old friends, and they're both awful. Yes.
So before they left, I have 3 desiccated goblin fingers on my person, and I took
Only
one
3?
out. I only 3, and I just kind of stuck it in the worms.
In Depth himself or the
Yeah.
leftover worms?
In depth, as they like crawled into the portal.
I'm about to sneeze. I apologize in advance. But what does your desiccated goblin finger do?
I just left it in there. I was just trying to put an object on them so that we could.
Oh, track them at
Find
some
them.
point in the future?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll say you do that. Is it just
Yeah.
sort of...
Because it's gross. Like, I figure,
Mhm.
oh, have a snack.
That's awful.
Wonderful.
So
The worst
I-
feeling is when a sneeze won't come, by the way. It's
Oh,
like,
it's
I don't
awful.
want to say anything, and then it's just like, well, now it won't do it. You know what I
When
mean?
you
It's being
announce it,
obstinate.
it's even worse.
Yep. I can't do the look at the light thing. Doesn't work on me. I just have to suffer. So, you all stand here again at the gates of this archway. Again, everything around you is moving and changing, but this archway remains consistent. What would you all like to do?
Oh, I'm too busy comforting 32 geckos to look at this.
Does this mean that we don't need to do the show now?
The geckos are going in hard on the worms, for the record.
Oh no!
Acorn was like,
Oh.
I look down and I'm holding like half of a gecko, and I'm like,
yeah.
Oh,
I
do you get,
accidentally ate one of the geckos.
you get
You know, when you accidentally eat that gecko, you feel a little better, Strix. Feel a little
Oh.
better.
I like eat the rest of it, but I cover my mouth so Evelyn doesn't see. Oh,
Walnut, what does happen when she eats that gecko?
the geckos function as one good berry, so you get a juicy 1 HP.
Yeah, but you feel
Oh.
full though, and yet there's
Oh.
room for more. It's bizarre. Yeah.
Hmm.
It's wacky.
I
Mhm.
like pick up 2 more. Shamefully eat them. Like
Don't
this
remember.
time under like my cloak, like.
I'm like, the more you eat, the worse this production's going to be. So
Okay, only eat 2.
we're over budget and under geckos. Thanks, Strix.
I'm sorry.
Strix, as you pick up these little geckos, they just look at you in just black eyes, just free from judgment.
No,
They just
they
embrace the
understand.
inevitable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their
Mhm.
eyes are like little tiny olives. It's fine.
Yeah, that's the extra little bit of juice comes out of the gecko eyes.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. No.
Yeah, I said what I said.
Unsubscribe.
So, you all now, having witnessed a number of horrors in quick succession as Strix is eating these geckos, stand here by the gates. What would you like to do?
I mean, guess we should go through it.
Ooh, that looks like a portal. Portals are bad.
Well, aren't we trying to get somewhere that we need to go through a portal for?
I mean, yes, but I don't.
So
I don't
what-
want to be. I just don't want to be first in this portal. This
Okay,
will-
I'll go first. Let's go.
Ah!
Evelyn, you walk through?
Yeah,
Give me a charisma save, Evelyn.
I like charisma saves.
I know that you're a specialist.
Yes, I am. I rolled a 26.
You all see Evelyn very confidently goes striding forward. and you see a flash of black crackling light, and Evelyn is driven back 10 feet, and you feel a pain shoot through your head, Evelyn, but it doesn't hurt you. But standing in front of you, you see what looks like a very small, very androgynous child with bright red eyes. All of you see this child appear.
Hello.
Hello.
My name. Who are you?
Your name is Who Are You? That's
No,
a strange
no,
name.
I meant, what's your name?
I have many names.
What's one of them?
Your name is Evelyn.
Uh-oh.
Your name is Evelyn?
Would you
Nice.
like a hug, Evelyn?
Oh.
I divine sense.
Yeah, don't.
That is the worst question to ask Evelyn anywhere. Oh my god.
Yeah, this is not going to go well.
Evelyn actually,
Evelyn.
like, reflexively, the hands come out for a hug, and then she remembers to divine sense.
Evelyn, when your divine sense activates, which detects undead, celestial, fae, and fiends, it is almost like looking into the sun. It's too much. It's almost like nothing is there. It's like, have you ever experienced water so hot it actually felt cold? Like
Yes.
your nervous system is kind of like, I don't even know what this is. It's just so much information that it's almost like you get nothing.
So it's like so evil that it seems good.
To Evelyn, probably. We've gone far enough to the right, we came around to the left again.
Oh,
Yes.
no.
And you see, as she's looking at you, this child like starts to change slightly and begins to look like Evelyn. Not Far Realms Evelyn, actual Evelyn, if she were just younger.
Oh, what? Why are you doing that?
Strix.
Oh, come on. If you know my name automatically, I know that you're evil.
Do only evil people know your name, Strix?
I mean, largely.
Yes.
In-
Yes.
Besides Evelyn,
Now, I was still wondering if you could tell me why you're looking like me.
She looks right at you and she starts to look like Strix, but like a younger Strix.
Wow,
Is this better?
abandoned right like that.
Strix, I heard you. I heard the deal you made. It makes me sad, Strix.
which one? That's a legitimate question.
I want to be friends.
Oh.
Strix, this child is very, very evil.
Hey,
If it says
am
if it says I want to be friends, I am going to, let's see.
Would you like a gift?
Oh no, I love prizes.
My one weakness, trinkets.
Prizes.
They're coming for all of us right now.
No,
Jeez.
no, I don't know. I don't want a prize. What is it?
She walks towards you and just holds her hands out.
No, I don't like this. No, I don't see. Touching was the wrong prize, and I back up.
As you start to back up, you all see out of the ground black tentacles come up behind Strix and just stop you from backing up.
Oh,
I'm gonna attack those tentacles. I've withheld myself for quite some time in this situation. I've tried black tentacles touching Strix,
far.
where I draw the line.
You easily, well, what would you like to do?
Chop
Evelyn?
them with my axe.
The axe cuts through them easily, and they just are things of shadow and smoke and dissipate. And
I look at the child and I say,
Mhm.
"Don't do that."
yeah, don't
Why?
do that.
Yeah,
Why?
I don't like it, and it invaded Strix's personal space.
That is
Do
my
you know
personal
about
space.
boundaries? I learned about them recently.
Boundaries. Are boundaries like limits?
Yes.
I don't have any limits.
But see,
Oh.
Strix does is the thing. So
Oh, no.
And I'm pretty, sometimes I am.
Oh,
But
no.
yes, I do.
Strix, what if you had fewer limits? And
Oh,
the
no.
child holds their hands up. And Strix, you feel a jolt of energy go through your body as you, as voted on by the players of Idle Champions, have been blessed with double damage.
Ooh.
dice.
ooh.
I do like that.
Voted
Kind of
on
bad for wanting to kill this thing now.
voted on the appearance of the star spawn
I mean,
there.
don't
So
feel bad
Nebula
yet.
and Depth made an appearance thanks to the good people of Idle Champions.
But does it look like she got attacked? And I mean that for real.
Strix,
Oh.
you tell me. Strix,
I would.
it is. I will tell you, Strix. It is not harmful,
Right.
but it is cold. It's cold.
Yes.
Strix.
Strix doesn't like being cold. Yeah,
Mhm.
she's a very warm creature.
Rude.
She doesn't like being cold. She wears a lot of layers, but no shoes. Everything except her feet is always cold.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she has sandals on always, even in the snow. Doesn't matter.
If it looks like
But
that
she's like,
yeah, if it
Mhm.
looks like she got attacked, I feel like both probably Evelyn and Walnut would be like, whoa, like stepping
Mhm.
forward.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Walnut, what exactly do you do?
I would say that I have my scimitar out, which is mild to extremely gross looking here in the far realms, but like it is still noticeably my weapon of choice, and I'm ready to level it at this child.
Walnut, as you pull your weapon out defensively, you see she turns and looks at it and she says, "You're stronger than this." And she rubs her hand down the blade and it turns black
Oh,
as it becomes a 9 life stealer scimitar. Again, as voted on by the players of Idle Champions, Walnut would receive a new magic item. In Walnut, you feel cold and power radiate down the blade and into your hands.
I feel like Walnut would like shiver, just like everything here being so out of the natural order, and like feeling the power, but also just like, I mean, this is her like ancestral weapon, so she's just like, she's having an emotional moment right now, but there's also that little pull of that dark power.
And she turns and looks at you, Kent.
Kent has been, before she says anything, Kent has been sort of surreptitiously going through his pack and finding little nothing trinkets, and just when she's not looking, slipping one into Evelyn's pack and one to Strix and one to Walnut.
Kent, do you remember your mother?
Oh, yeah, I think I do.
What did your mother look like?
She was, I think she was oh wow, I've never thought about this before, and I'm gonna take a swing. Here we go.
I got good news for you. There's no wrong answer.
She was an Aaron, yes, from Cania, I think. So she had these incredible, beautiful, large ice blue bat wings, and her horns had the same patterns that mine do. And she had dark black hair, like wavy hair like mine, but with 2 blue shocks on either side.
You all see that. This child turns into that and stands in front of Ken, and even the red eyes go away and become the blue eyes.
There's demons here now.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay. So a lot of things happen at once with that.
Mhm.
So as that starts, Kent is turning towards Virgil to say, "How come our doppelgangers never gave us presents?" And then she starts turning, and Kent recognizes where it's going about halfway through.
Mhm.
And then Strix says there's demons here, and Kent turns and not meanly, but very firmly says, "Devils," and I need to throw a dagger at this thing.
Sometimes I forget which are which, and it's caused me a lot of problems in the past.
Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Yeah.
You see, while this dagger is coming up, you see her head turns and looks at Virgil, and she says, "He loves you." Interesting. But
23 to hit with the dagger.
you see as the knife is flying just straight toward, it just stops. And she says, "Virgil, do you know what Kent is carrying?"
There's a moment where he wants to know, and Kent is literally carrying everything. Yes.
You love him. Why would you let him take such a risk?
Considering who held it before, this is the better option.
Strix. I understand. You all are heroes. I love heroes. I love you. I want you to love me back. You will feel the need for me, and you will embrace me in your hearts. And she starts walking backwards towards the gates, and each of you is consumed with an insatiable hunger, as voted on by the players of Idle Champions.
Why?
Your stomach aches like you have never eaten ever. You see even the familiars' eyes get wider. Kuba, that was already greedy, immediately starts nuzzling towards you, Strix, looking for your pouch full of food. You see Photos looks at you, Kent, and is like, "Meat, daddy, meat." And basically all of you feel that way.
I throw worms on the ground. I still have them.
All of you give me wisdom save.
There you go. Yeah.
Everyone +4.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Oh no. Oh yeah.
That's a lot of oh no's.
Mhm.
Oh no. I got a nat 20. Woo!
Nice. I rolled a.
Oh no.
And then what was that for Walnut?
Oh, I got a 33. I'm good.
33, Virgil.
Oh.
19.
19, in Evelyn.
18, which is a 5 I rolled, but lucky for me.
All of you just start decimating your packs and rations and just like stomping. Kent, you unfortunately throw yourself to the ground and start consuming the worms right along the other familiars.
They're
Yeah,
pretty
and
good.
I am also fighting off those familiars. Like even photos. Like I will grab photos and like,
Daddy, me, no, me,
no,
me, Daddy.
no,
Yeah.
mine.
You see, she starts walking back towards the gate and she says, "All you have to do is accept my love." And she's gone.
Well,
Who was that? I
The
say with my
hunger is
mouthful.
not gone. Yeah, you very much like, yeah. Mhm.
Could I do a religion check as soon as Evelyn says, "Who was that?"
Yeah, I mean, you can roll with advantage.
Okay.
Can I also religion check, I guess,
Absolutely.
if I asked everyone and myself?
Mm-hmm. Of course.
All right. That's a 28.
Woof. 18. You made me look bad.
Strix, who you deeply suspect that was, doesn't usually manifest. They don't usually have a personified form. But Hadar,
Oh.
the endless hunger, the red star in the sky.
Yeah,
There's no one else it could have been.
Yeah, I kind of like in between mouthfuls of worms. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that was the Hadar, the actual hunger, the star,
Mm-hmm.
spits out a worm bit.
I
The
ate the
moment it
spit
hit-
out bit.
I was about to say, you
and I fight for it, yeah.
Someone
Yeah,
else
that's
is
fine.
gonna- yeah.
I bite Kent.
Yes.
Kent, whatever.
Fair enough. I don't think
I
it
mean,
stops me.
I'm growling.
Whatever is left of those sea creatures, whatever form they are, they're within reach and very juicy on Walnut. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wash it down with a nice rotting starfish.
As one does.
As one does.
Yeah.
Strix finally just feels like everyone is just seeing things the same way that she does. It's like, oh, I'm so glad everyone's finally enjoying some snacks. Everyone usually turns them down. It's just nice.
It
I
goes
really
to
appreciate
11,
this.
Strix.
Yeah.
However, you all are still here in front of this gate. And Evelyn, when she says that you have to accept my love, you hear in your mind, Evelyn, this is terrible. Even my light struggles to reach someone so far away. Do you understand what you have to do to cross that threshold?
Maybe you should outline it for me just to make sure.
You cannot pass through the gate with ill will towards Hadar in your heart.
Oh. Okay.
Do whatever you must, child. I know your love for me burns as eternal and as bright as my love for you. But unless you can suppress your hostility towards Hadar, your mission is doomed to fail.
Well, do you want me to have hostility toward Hadar?
I want you to do what Bahamut has requested. Greater things are at stake than our personal discomforts.
Because, I mean, I generally don't wish anyone ill will.
I know you don't, Evelyn. And that is why you are there. You can do it. All of you can.
Thanks. Should I go now?
If you can.
Okay. Come on, guys. Let's go. Evelyn walks toward the
Did we hear that?
Okay.
Or did
It's
you
just, you hear Evelyn's half of it. Yeah, Lathander was just talking inside her head.
she
So-
was
She
talking to
does this
Lathander
sometimes.
again.
Yeah.
Evelyn, is it your intent to put hostility towards Hadar out of your mind?
I think that, like, in this case, Evelyn is so confused about what she's supposed to do that she honestly is just like, oh, I'm not supposed to have ill will toward Hadar? Okay, I'll just go through this door because Lathander said. Like, I think it's not even like she has any plan. I think it's just, this is what I'll do right now, and then who knows what will happen later.
I love the clarity of Evelyn's thinking. Give me a persuasion check.
I like persuasion too. 29.
Mm-hmm. You feel, again, it is like the same cold starts to form around you that was going through it before, but this time, when you just sort of clear your mind and allow it, it just sort of washes over you, and you all see Evelyn pass through. And on the other side, you don't see this child again, but you hear them say, "Blessings, Evelyn." And you realize you have gained access to a new power. You can cast the arms of Hadar now, which was not something you could do before, Evelyn.
Cool.
I dropped here in chat. There's some caveats. There you go. Actually, here, I'll put it over and do it over there. There you go. Who's going next? Well, specifically, if you are going to try to go through, I need a perception check, a persuasion check. And expressly, you have to put any negative thoughts about Hadar out of your mind.
I look at Strix and I go, well, she's gone, so I'm available. I guess it's you and me now. The bonus, I don't love Lathander.
I do appreciate that. But usually when Evelyn walks through some sort of gaping maw void, I have to follow her. That's just the deal. That's just how we work. Is if she tries to destroy herself or sacrifice herself
Sure.
or do something incredibly self-sacrificing that is not a good idea, I have to go as well.
That's great.
Otherwise, yeah.
I'm already over it. And enjoy and it's been great.
Maybe we go together. Maybe we go at the same time.
You go first. I'll be right after you.
Okay. Strix just believes her.
Persuasion, Strix.
Oh wow, that's a lot. Hold on. 24.
Same thing, more than enough. You feel the resistance mount, and you think about something else, quite frankly, food, even more than you normally do, Strix. And you pass through it, and you also receive the blessing of Hadar. Your tentacles seem to extend with a shadowy component to them now. As even as you look at your hands, they just sort of play up slightly, almost
gross.
Unconsciously.
That's all of that. I don't like this. I'll just put those in my robe. Not gonna look at those for a while. Evelyn, are you here?
She's right there, right on the other side.
There you are.
Hey.
Walnut tried to replace you, but then I told Walnut that we go together and then we both die.
Replace me?
But as a joke. She thought you had died.
Oh. Should I go back and tell her
No.
Oh, okay.
No. It's not a joke.
Virgil, Kent, Walnut, who's next?
I definitely look at the guys and I'm just like, so they got it, right?
Go ahead.
No, Virgil, ever since the hunger basically was inflicted upon him, this is sadly something that he is very familiar with, and while a little more restrained than the others, has been trying to kind of lean over to grab the remains of the worms, and sadly, yes, the geckos. Only to find that the tentacles from under his robe not only keep him upright, but they also just keep passing them into the void. But at that point, Virgil, to make this feeling stop, Virgil would do anything, and is basically already heading towards the portal.
Persuasion, Virgil.
Ugh.
What, if anything, does Kent say as he's headed towards?
That one was so rough. I think was gobbling up worms, and I think maybe speaking of Virgil's tentacle legs, I think has maybe gotten confused and might be gnawing on a tentacle.
Aw.
And I think that my food source is going away, and all thought of anything other than getting back to that is gone. So for whatever that's worth in terms of not having immediate antagonistic thoughts about Hadar, that.
Put that fan away. This is a family show. Okay, persuasion checks.
I almost didn't make the joke because of that.
Persuasion checks from you both, please.
Uh-huh.
That's a 21 from Virgil.
Fortunately, I am proficient, so I can't get less than a 19.
Saying the exact same thing. The pressure, the resistance, and as you clear your mind, and quite frankly, allow the hunger to consume it, you pass through easily, also receiving the blessing of Hadar and aware of your access to this new power, leaving Walnut alone.
Walnut finishes the last gecko and is just watching everybody go.
Walnut, Bala very much looks at you and then looks back towards the ship and looks at you and looks back towards the ship.
Walnut's immediately yes, yes, I agree. And Walnut just kind of looks at the ship for a second, and it really has a moment of just who would know? I'll probably never see them again. There's no way. Wow, and I really do think about what I talked about with Tiamat and but then she does look at the portal and she's just feeling that the only way is out, because also she just doesn't have a lot of faith in the crew. She will very hesitantly go through the portal. She doesn't have any particular feelings about Hadar, honestly.
Persuasion.
Mm. 14.
Walnut, it's awful. Everything in you is trying to not go here. And as much as you hope and want to be there for your friends, you can't dismiss the fact that something in you just does not want this. And even though you pass through, you take 10 points of psychic damage as you make it through. Because for the others, it is like a wave that they surf. But for you, you just crash into it and sort of stumble through.
These very confusing, like these people, and we're trying to lie to them, and then this hunger, and then everyone's gone and feeling hopeless, and now like this psychic damage. Walnut, if she comes out and sees everybody else, just like looks truly feral for a moment's time.
You all see this as Walnut appears.
How's the hunger on this side of the portal?
Oh, it has not abated. Still.
Cool.
Can you guys do the tentacles thing now too?
I think so.
Oh yeah.
I look at Evelyn hungrily.
What's wrong, Walnut?
You know what? It's a cantrip. I use primal savagery, and I just start looking more like bestial. Like my fingernails get long and my teeth get longer, and they just like start having fur and hackles coming up over me.
I gather Walnut's head to my shoulder and rock and say, I sing a Elethander hymn and pat her head. There.
What would I do?
There.
What's the roll to know if I...
Wisdom save.
Thank you.
Yeah. Wisdom save.
Oh, you are lucky. Wow. Well, and being close to you, it's a 33.
Walnut, same thing. You look at your friend and you're like, nobody would know. Nobody would know. You're just right here.
I'm in there and like nuzzling my head, and I bet it looks really cute, but I'm finding the right spot. Maybe there's like a little lick, like a taste. I'm not hugging, I'm palpating.
Yep. As you all sort of collect yourselves here, beyond the archway, a glistening tunnel opens up, dropping down some 10 paces before splitting into 3 identical passageways. All the walls shed a dim pink glow and shiver with a regular thundering tone that tolls from somewhere far below. Kent, as you are holding the box from Bahamut, you realize it is vibrating in the same as you are hearing from somewhere down below.
Oh, I kind of want to eat whatever's inside. Hell.
Well, I mean, you also saw Strix got killed instantly.
That's true. That's true.
Opening it and looking inside.
That's true.
Yeah.
Even an all-consuming hunger doesn't erase my memory. That is fair enough.
What if she soaked up all the bad stuff?
Don't encourage. Don't.
I mean, the essence of science is repeatability. That's all I'm saying.
That is-
You know, I mean, right. Yeah.
I think I am shoving. I think I know what's happening, so I'm shoving any food that I can. Well, food that I can find into my mouth, so that I don't do that as I pull out the box with my other hand and just sort of hold it out. I had something. I don't have anything to eat at my desk. Oh, yes, I do. Here we go. Because we love a prop, right?
We like practicals.
This is still kind of funny right now. Listen, I saw it happen to Strix, but it just smells so good, you guys.
Don't do it.
It does
No,
smell good.
It hurts.
I mean, yeah. Virgil, will you take it?
All right, yeah. Virgil
Thank you.
will take this. Yeah.
You feel
Kind of has a moment for a moment, like, oh, is there food in here? But no. Okay.
Walnut, if you would, give me 3d6. Roll 3d6 for me, please.
Oh, okay. Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Hoy bowdy. Here we go. Womp. It's a cumulative 12.
Heavy decimation of the geckos. You're down to 12. as they get within reach of you, of
Oh, yeah.
any of your companions, of the familiars, like, I mean, because even though they fill you up like a good berry, it still gives you about 30 seconds before you got to hit another one. So,
Oh, yeah, absolutely, 100%. And there's the part of me in the back of my mind that I'm like, I summoned them in a way they came from me. So this is just sort of like the water cycle of geckos, but I cannot stop eating them. I'm popping them like M&Ms.
Evelyn's trying really hard not to eat them because she's a vegetarian, but they, for some reason, look so good. But so instead, she has like one of the leather straps of her breastplate. You know how like a kid has like a backpack strap and they have it like in their mouth and they're like chewing on it? She has that, like a leather strap from her armor, like.
Choking to death. As you make your, I'm like, yeah, because this is objectively horrifying today. As you all sort of follow the tug of this box, you make your way through here like downwards, ever downwards, through a collection of tunnels and caverns connected like nodes in a body's lymph system, cyst-like chambers connected by teleportation magic, isolated areas floating in darkness and connected by rope bridges, in any and all of the above, until finally, as you all are making your way down through here, you, Kent, see Photos kind of like pokes his head up from your backpack, eating what little is left of your rations, just, Daddy, meat! And like takes off flying down one of the hallways.
Ooh, I grab for him, and I don't know if I'm grabbing him to stop him or eat him, but as he... listen, that one was bad. I think... Oh, Lordy. I think I just go after him. Or at least I get, a couple dozen feet before I really realize what I've done.
He flies, and you see Kent takes off after him, and a moment later you hear, "Well, what's this? Oh, he's getting into the food stores, kill him!" And Kent, as you come rounding the corner, you see the walls of this 30-foot wide chamber have the rough appearance of worked stone, but glisten with a faint sheen of moisture. Humanoid-sized bedrolls are scattered around, all kept well clear of the walls, and you see 11 wild-eyed humanoids getting up to their feet and grabbing weapons. And all of you roll initiative, as Photos just flies right past them into just a bag of potatoes.
Oh my god.
And just like, and then he like eats
So
one
jealous.
and spits it out and he goes, meat! And then but still eats the next one because he can't help it. But
What a
all
mood.
of you roll initiative.
Oh, for Pete's
I got a nat 20.
I got me too.
For-
I got one too.
Hey.
What?
What?
No way.
Well,
Wow, we
I
are
got
so
an
on the
8.
wavelength.
Virgil.
Natural one.
You know,
There is balance in the
it's-
world.
While nobody's looking, this is as good a chance as any is to like eat their familiars, Virgil. That's what that is. You know what I mean? Like Kuba's looking pretty juicy over here and undefeated.
After all that feeding, they're not moving very quickly.
He's
That is
right.
true.
Like,
That is just objectively true.
Lord.
One second here. Let's see. This is being uncooperative. Sorry. It's the strangest thing. My notepad is like physically stuck at the far left side of the screen, and when I close it, it opens back on the far left side of the screen.
No.
And I'm like, I don't know how to get it out of there.
Stop.
boo.
Yeah. Boo. Okay. All right. We're gonna do it like this then. Okay. Do it like this
Potatoes,
right
huh?
here. Okay, so that was 3 natural 20s I heard. Out of the 3 of you, I will let you decide who's gonna go first. Actually, but that was, did I hear Evelyn with a 20, Strix and Walnut all with 20s?
I had 24 total. What did you guys have total?
Oh well, that's a good way of doing
Yeah.
it.
24 total.
Yeah, mine's only 21, so you guys get to battle it out.
Whose dex is higher?
I got a +4 to my dex.
Me too. We're so twinning right now.
Cool. You know what though?
Says-
I would never want to go first. Continue.
Oh, I mean, okay.
Unless I'll take it.
All right.
But she wouldn't.
That is the strangest
Oh.
thing with this.
Should I roll for Waffles?
Waffles can act with you.
Okay, cool.
All right. What Kent? I know Virgil, that was a 1, but Kent, what did you actually get?
What did I actually get? I got an 8. Which was not a nat 1. That was Virgil that got the nat 1.
Perfect.
Thank you for specifying that. Thank
Oh,
you.
no problem, my love.
Evelyn, you catch up very quickly and see the scene as described. These 11 cultists are getting to their feet.
You gotta hate cultists, you know? Just really. I'm gonna start the day with my brand new power. I just got it, so pew.
Yeah.
Hadar's wrath or whatever.
I'm like,
it's called.
what kind of person is a zealot for their god, right? Yeah. Arms of Hadar. What level would you like to cast it at? You can cast it at
that's a
level
good
1 for free, or
question.
you can spend a higher level slot.
I
and
think I
cast it
just
that
want to
way.
cast it for free. I'm just playing with my new toy, so I just want to do it at level 1.
You tell me, what do normally the arms of Hadar are just these like twisting black tentacles, but when they come from Evelyn, what do they look like?
That's a good question. Do I stick with the Displacer Beast tentacle aesthetic she has going on, or do we Lathanderize them? Okay,
I mean,
both. I
you'd be
think that
hard- Okay.
they're Displacer Beast tentacles, but
Mhm.
their color is that same like absence of color black hole type thing with like radiating prismatic energy around them.
It's almost like the sheen on an oil slick.
Yeah.
Yeah, as they come up. Excellent. Let me double check your save.
Oh, I can tell you my spell
Things
save.
all over the place.
It is
Oh yes, it is yours, which is higher.
18.
Perfect. Do it like this. Oh, that is not what I wanted. Do it like this.
Oh, and I guess I would like move to be hitting as many of them as possible with my 10 feet
Sure.
radius.
They all fail.
Ah!
So all 11 of them get wrapped up in the arms of Hadar here.
And they get 2d6 necrotic.
Yep.
So 6.
You see, as this necrotic damage starts working through their bodies, it clearly is injuring them, but they seem happy about it. They're like, yes, we give our lives for Hadar. Good, we will take them with us. Glory to Hadar. As they're like,
Yay! Good.
Walnut, it is your turn.
Oh yeah, 100%. So seeing them all just so quickly starting to be dealt with, I think that I would pull my new sword. I mean, not new sword, new old sword. The Adventures of my new old sword. And I'm going to try to, just hit the closest one. With this 9 life stealer scimitar. Oh my gosh. You'll love to know it's a natural 1.
Wow, you went from 20 to 1 real fast.
That is true. That is
That's
true.
my style.
Oh, Walnut, again, this is your ancestral weapon, but as you're going towards one of these cultists, you see their eyes are like wide, and they're like excited about the fact that you're going to kill them. And you feel that the sword wants it too, and it's just sort of like almost off-putting that the sword wants them dead and they want to die so much that it's like,
No, that's not for me. And in fact, like whiffing it, like I pull the swipe. You know, I'm like, no, not like this. And as a bonus action, I'm going to wild shape into my dire wolf form, which is also just so nasty from being.
I was about to say, I was like, what does the wolf look like now, though? Yep.
Oh, it's the the lichen and the algae and the chitin. It's just all whirled through the fur, and this wolf doesn't look good. It's in dire need of some help. Thank you. And that is all I can do. So I growl.
Just for the record, Photos, the baby solar dragon causing chaos, was also voted on. by the good people of Idle Champions. We only got one left. Again, in chat, if you know what it is, don't tell them. Perfect. Okay, after Walnut, that is going to be Strix.
All right. Since I have double damage, which is super fun, thank you. I am going to chain lightning these folks.
Perfect. How many targets can you get with that?
I believe. Hold on, let me find it. I'll go 3 bolts. And as many as 3 other from that. Wait, 3 bolts, then leap from that target to as many as 3 other targets. So I guess it's 4.
So that's a 12 total.
Oh, 12. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
And there's
so bad at math.
there's 11 of them, so go ahead and roll
Okay.
it.
So bad at math. Woo!
We
Okay.
got there.
All right, I am going to cast it, let's see, at 6th level, I think.
Okay.
All right, so there's 1. So that's 37, and then the second one is 51. Wow, that was a good one.
That was what, there's 3 bolts though, right?
Yes.
Is it 37, 51, or is that from when it jumps the second time?
I'm not sure. Let's see. But they have to make a dex save anyway, which is 19.
I have very much failed for all of them.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Oh, and when you cast it at okay, this is 6th level, so it's not 7th. So yeah, I think I don't think the damage diminishes. I think it's the same. Yeah.
Well, no, but you said 37 and 51. That's what threw me off.
Oh yeah, that's the double damage. So
Oh,
it's 37
it's
plus 51. Yeah.
God, 37 plus 51, so 88.
Yes. Sorry, I'm so bad at math. It just
That's okay. We got there. Strix, tell me what it looks like when you just obliterate these people.
Oh yeah, I would just love for them to just be like,
yeah,
just like explode, like just guts everywhere.
It's like the tentacles pick them up there in midair. And Walnut, you go to attack this person, and they're looking at you. And Walnut, it looks like it's a half orc. And he just yells out, Warden will know of your heathen presence here. You cannot stop them. You cannot stop Hadar. The power of the dead gods will fuel the rise of endless hunger. All will be consumed. And
I'm gonna say that felt pretty good.
I did say that this is a family show. I did.
Oh no.
So if you're watching with young ones, just cover their ears for a second.
Earmuffs. Oh God.
Because you're all starving and there's now a lot
I was
of
about to ask, are we still
Yeah,
insatiably hungry?
You
Yeah,
are.
so there's this moment where Kent is ready to attack and has a plan for it, and he hesitates for 1 second and then is like, nah, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. And he throws that fire that he was getting ready earlier and casts Burning Hands, but not to hurt anyone, just to cook it all.
Yeah.
And that
Potatoes
makes it okay.
and now them. Yeah.
We'll fade out on the buffet there.
Yeah, yeah.
Just so we don't give via coronary here.
Strix doesn't
As
feel
I'm
bad
watching
about
your
this.
eyes get wider as I'm describing it. I didn't make it like this. The players of Idle Champions made it like this. Okay? You're welcome. Yes, sorry, Strix, you're about to say something terrible.
Oh, she yeah. She just doesn't feel bad. This isn't the first time this has happened to Strix, so you know. It doesn't feel good, but it definitely doesn't feel unfamiliar.
While off screen something truly terrible happens, the grimmest of buffets. All of you make history checks for me.
The Grim Buffet.
I like that.
I love
That's the name of the sequel, The Grim Buffet.
Oh.
That's okay, I got you, Virg.
Oh boy.
It's a 25 for Kent.
25.
22.
22.
16.
16.
Also 16 for Walnut.
16. Virgil.
7.
Evelyn in Kent.
Yeah.
For very different reasons, that name Warden means something to you. There is a Hexblade warlock who spent years committing atrocities all across the plains in the name of Hadar, with without restraint and without remorse. But just stories just sort of stopped about them in recent years. They were just this terrible, relentless, and unrelenting servant of the endless hunger. And then nothing.
I think the resistance is going to get sort of looks around at whatever's left, better at defending itself. But I also think that if we can stop Hadar, we might solve a few other problems along the way. And there's sort of just a slight tightening of the jaw as once again Kent thinks about depth and his threat about Waterdeep, and now about Warden and everything else that like stems from this disgusting tooth spike in Tiamat's body. Let's just remember where we are.
Evelyn, do you say anything out loud about what you realize?
Yeah, I'll share that information with the group as like a talking textbook, basically.
Virgil, when she says this, you remember that vision you had when you were unto death of that armored, bone-white, pale figure with that red sigil set across their chest, shrouded by a cloak of writhing tentacles and roiling eldritch power. And they turned and reached out towards you. That snaps back into your head when they mention this warden.
Oh. I feel like when I was not here anymore, at least for a while, I know that something about that. Yes, this is all connected. Virgil will explain and describe the experience that he had, especially surrounding that figure.
For Evelyn and Kent, it definitely seems in alignment with what you've heard, but if that is Warden, they apparently are much stronger than they used to be.
And they used to be no slouch.
Correct.
So, how should we prepare for this? Any ideas, Virgil?
I honestly was too... I was disoriented and terrified. And all I knew was that I couldn't let it get to me. But it just seemed too powerful, too overwhelming. I don't know.
If we can... We're in exactly the wrong place to face something like this. I mean, the first step would be to sever Warden's connection with Hadar, but not here.
Do I know anything in history that has been able to lessen someone's connection with a god? I feel like Evelyn would be afraid of that and would have looked if that could be something that could be done.
I was about to ask Strix.
I won't even make you roll, Evelyn, because again, I think you know this better than most. You know, one of two things has to happen. Either, at least for you personally, you'd have to reject Lathander in your heart, or find a way to get Lathander to reject you in his.
In order to sever our connection.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think the only way to separate them from Hadar's power would be to convince them that there's a better one.
Or, and hear me out. So gods get their power from worshippers, more or less. If a power which is a god has power, then their worshippers give them the power. So we just kill everyone.
That does seem simpler.
It sure does.
They're
Do we
evil.
have enough- do we have that kind of time?
Kuba just raises his head, chewing down an unspecified hunk of something, just kind of like floating with his little wings, and just sort of like nods, like.
Yeah. I don't know if
Argument.
convincing the ultimate evil hunger far realm amalgamation is going to be the easiest thing. That's my concern.
But what would it take? I agree. I think getting Warden to abandon Hadar, especially if they've been gifted with more power than they had before, that seems like a losing argument. But what would it take to make Warden so repugnant to Hadar that Hadar would be the one to abandon them?
Yeah, could we like spray him with good smell or something? Get some radiant energy and splash it on him?
I mean, it's not any weirder than my idea, which was just to make Warden full finally.
At that, Virgil kind of holds on to the, like, still holding the box, looks up and says, well, what if we made Warden more attractive to another source of power?
Better breaking. Sorry.
Or at the least made it seem like there was somebody else in play.
I mean, Tiamat seems to really want to make deals with people, which could work in our favor, but then we're just handing one evil person off from one evil to another, but that can be later a problem.
Maybe they want to go to the presence of Lathander. Usually when I tell people about Lathander, they're really excited to learn more.
That's a great plan.
Maybe we have that plan. Yeah.
Evelyn, you feel Treppy sort of like tugging at your pant leg.
Yes, baby.
And holds up in a little claw, again, a piece of something that you don't want to think about, while it's just like shoving one in its mouth with the other one.
I take, oh, thank you. You're such a good
Yeah, right. I will say, thankfully, mercifully, having committed off-screen atrocities, you have met the requirement of the endless hunger here. Hadar is appeased. Is you all continue making your way downward, ever downward. You will eventually reach a point where the area ahead is filled with white mist that makes it impossible to see its walls, exits, or other features, except for the charred, desiccated body lying just inside the entrance.
Oh dear.
Oh.
I'll go investigate it.
I think I'm still in wolf form, and I'm just I'm carrying. You know how dogs carry a stick they like? I just have a femur. But I do whimper seeing Evelyn checking it out.
Do any of you by chance speak Undercommon?
No.
Deep speech or Undercommon, actually.
Oh, just all the
Those both would have been
abyssals and
great
Those-
languages for
That
this
would've been-
campaign.
Yeah.
True. Hmm.
I feel like I do because my sibling speaks Undercommon. My adopted sibling speaks Undercommon. But
You know what? For our purposes,
Doesn't have to
yeah,
be.
you do, Walnut.
great,
So
I love that.
that.
they're in wolf form as Evelyn starts walking towards this body to investigate. You hear a voice out of the darkness in Undercommon say, "Ooh, hi, give us a kiss." And tentacles start coming out of the darkness. And that's a good place for us to take a little break. So we're
Is it,
gonna
though?
do our quick 15.
No.
You always got to break on the tentacles, you know?
Feels like
And,
that's all we break on.
what I
Staple.
always
Yeah,
say.
like that's
You
it.
always
Yeah.
gotta break on the
I was gonna break on
Yeah.
the tentacles. Hey, look, man, I didn't make all these brain-eating monsters. I'm just saying, they put them in the book. They already
But-
knew what I was going to do, okay? So, yes, quick break. I believe production overlords, the drawings, the entry's going to open now. Or is it already open? Just give me a thumbs up.
Entry's open now.
Hey, there you go. So enter in for the drawing. Go get a quick drink, maybe a little bit of a bio. Come right back, and it probably will be less horrible. Actually, it's going to be more horrible. But anyway, we'll see you in a few. And you watch the jaw unhinge as the tongue wraps around your brain and draws it back. Oh, they couldn't hear me. Oh, okay, cool. Never mind. Let's run it back again. Nobody's brain gets eaten. That's cool. You just walk into a room and tentacles come out of the darkness here as you see this coming up behind Evelyn. And it's a death's kiss if you want to look it up. That's the thing we were talking about at the top of the show that I think is terrible because it does look vaguely horrifying and sad at the same time.
It's so cute.
It's
But-
cute.
It's
told
the
you.
mouths on the ends of the tentacles that ruin it for me.
I said we split right down the middle. I did. You know, like, look at Anna's face. Anna's face is my face. Anna's face is my face. Yep, that's how I feel about
I'd just rather it
And-
wasn't sneaking up behind me.
And I knew Walnut and Strix would be like, it just wants a kiss. Come on. And yeah, that's all right. However, I'm going to keep us here in the same initiative that we were in before, just to make sure Kent and Virgil get to do something. But unfortunately for you, that means the Death's Kisses are going to go first. What is your AC currently, Evelyn?
I'm double checking, but I believe
Mm-hmm.
it is 16.
Okay. A number of attacks are going to come your way. The first tentacle lashes out and misses, but the second one you feel bite deeply into your skin, Evelyn, and you are grappled. And it does
Gross.
11 points of damage, and you immediately feel the mouth on the end of that tentacle bite into you and attempt to start draining your blood. Give me a con save, please.
14.
That is unfortunately not enough. You, ironically enough, although it is drinking your blood, you feel like a heat building up and you take 22 points of lightning damage.
That's not a magical effect, is it?
It is not, unfortunately.
Just asking.
I don't know why a vampire eyeball does lightning damage, but I didn't create these things. As I said, I didn't make all these horrifying creatures. They just unleashed them. Unfortunately, Strix, the other one is coming at you. So what is Strix's AC currently?
It is 18.
The exact same thing, Strix. One of the tentacles misses, but the second one very much lands. And is you also are grappled for 11 points of piercing damage.
All right.
And also give me a con save.
That's a 4.
You also take
6. I'm whatever.
22 points of lightning damage. Again, I don't even know logically why it's lightning damage, but it's lightning damage. As you notice there were like wounds and injuries on these things, apparently from their fight with whatever they ate last time, that as they're draining, Strix and Evelyn start to close up and heal. You can see like they're regaining their strength from the two of them. And although only Walnut can speak Undercommon, you all very much hear.
Ew.
Yeah, I know. I'm not sorry. So, Kent, it is your turn.
I'm good.
As you see these multi-tentacled fleshy orbs with one vaguely sad eye in the middle have just emerged from the darkness and are attacking your friends.
Well, sure are.
They do look like the worst anime adversaries.
They
Yeah.
do, those giant eyes. That's funny.
I'm
I
telling
still
you,
hate
everybody.
them.
Open a new tab. Google Death Kiss. Just look at that thing. It shouldn't
They're
be.
so cute but wrong. It's just cute but wrong.
But it shouldn't be. It just shouldn't be. Yeah. But anyhow,
Um,
it is your opportunity to make it not be. So it is your turn.
Yeah, seeing the little jolts of shock, I think Ken was ready to try and run him through with the rapier, but now he's like, or maybe at a distance. And so I'll take a dagger from each bracer and toss one at the one that's got Strix and one at the one that has Evelyn.
Perfect. Roll your attacks.
I would love to. Where's my tab? Here we go. It's a 28 on the first one.
More than enough.
And my dice rolled where I can't see it. I don't know what I got. A 14 on the second one.
Well, let me double check something here. I'm trying some techno wizardry here to fix my issue with notepads. So if everything, the 14 is not enough.
Okay. I don't know which one was which. So evens the Strix one hit and odds the Evelyn one did. Okay, so that's the Evelyn one. And that'll do.
It's the Evelyn one?
Yeah, this is going to be the Evelyn one. So it does. Oh, hang on. We got some math because she's within 5 feet. 9 plus 23 is 32. Sorry, that's 32 piercing and 20 necrotic.
So 52 total.
52 total. And then the one, as that hits, those now visible eyes and phantom eyes and arms are going to go over and start just tearing at the tentacles of the one that has Strix.
Perfect.
And that one will take 17 necrotic.
All right. I'm also mathing over here. Evelyn and Strix, as Kent's attack comes out and strikes both of these, where they're wounded, instead of blood, lightning comes out of these things and attacks each of you for another 10 points of lightning damage.
Sorry!
What is this?
I'm so sorry!
It's fine.
Again, things that should not be. Virgil, it is your... Well, is that it for Kent? Sorry.
Yeah.
Anything else? Okay, cool. Virgil, your turn.
Yeah. How many are attacking? How many do we see? What's going on?
You see 2 of them.
Oh dear. I don't like the way you said that.
Too specific.
Can't imagine why.
I know. Yeah, based on this, Virgil is going he is gonna kind of reach in his cloak and pull the fan out and use it to cast chain lightning. And that will be a dex save for them, DC 16.
Okay. Give me even or odds, good sir.
Even.
The one on Strix makes the save. The one on Evelyn, which was more damaged, does not make the save.
Okie dokie. That is a lot of dice. Okay, so that's 49 to the failed save, and 25 to the saved save. Yeah, to the saved save.
25 and 50.
Yeah, and
Wait, chain lightning? You say?
correct.
You know.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. It's like a boop boop. Yeah. Oh no.
As it hits them, nothing happens. They just and just look at you. But nothing bad happens to Strix or Evelyn either. Anything else from Virgil?
A single tear.
It's like this is my only line in this play. Let's see. They they also would take 8 thunder damage each because of Heart of the Storm for the Storm Sorcerer.
Thunder might work.
So yeah, at that point, they take 8 points of thunder damage.
You do see they seem affected by the thunder damage, but not at all by the greater lightning bolt damage.
That's rude. Okay. That is. Yeah, that's it.
Perfect. That brings us back around to the top to Evelyn, who is grappled.
I will try to be ungrappled.
It will take your action to escape the grapple.
Yeah, I know.
Go ahead and roll it.
Is that just a strength check?
Athletics or acrobatics. Either one can get you out of it.
Which is just a strength check in my case, so 20.
You very much are able to pull yourself away from this thing, but it's terrible, Evelyn. You all see as the hooks of it just sort of tear at her neck as it pulls away, although you have escaped the grapple. And you see it just looks at you and its little sad eye just sort of frowns inward.
I believe that my special sword, where is my dancing sword? All of a sudden it's gone from my inventory.
We all know you've got it. I do believe it is a bonus action to activate. If that's
Yeah,
what
the
you're
butt
thinking.
hander sword. I'm gonna look for it, but
sword.
I want to throw that in the air.
You can go ahead and make your attack with that.
It is just not in my inventory all of a sudden. That's so weird. I think my attack is the same as my battle axe or sword attack, so it's plus 10.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
So 19.
All right, hold on a second. I think. Whoa, hang on. I might have solved my problem here in like the most awkward of ways. I can. Ow! Oh wait, nope. Hang on. Sorry, everyone. I've almost fixed this thing and it's killing me.
Bam.
Okay, I got it. Yay.
I figured
Wow,
out
it
why it's
worked.
not in my inventory. I'm
I
on
had-
the wrong one of the 5 Evelyn characters. she
I
picked
did
out.
that earlier too.
Intimately
Only
I
5,
have
that's not
about
bad. Okay.
7 versions of Freely. I'm intimately familiar with what you're going through here.
I only read Evelyn for IC ... but it was ICP-2,
Yep.
not ICP-4.
Yep. Oh, I super get it. Sorry. No, I'm good. I had to solve the problem by inverting my display so that it was upside down, but it was down here and I could pull it up. So I had to like fly like crooked stick there for a second. I apologize. How much damage was that?
1d8 plus 4. So it was 10.
Perfect. To the one that was on you, correct?
Yeah.
All right. 10 points of slashing.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, the lightning is going to lash out at you for 8 points of lightning damage.
Stop it.
As you
Also,
get-
my armor class is 18, not 16, just in case that matters.
In that case, it wouldn't have.
Haha!
Yep.
Haha!
Perfect. All right, that brings us to you, Walnut.
Wonderful. So I can definitely understand them, and then I just see all of this happen in front of me. I'm so close to. I guess I can't. Would you let me do an animal handling check to be able to gutturally answer as a wolf in Undercommon?
I will do it on one condition and one condition only.
You got
I need to hear what it
Oh.
sounds like when Walnut speaks Undercommon as a wolf.
When
You don't have to
Skyrim
roll
was on.
anything.
Oh, wonderful.
I just need this to happen.
Yeah, hang on. Okay, so Walnut just watches all of this pop off and had been trying to, like, while all this was going on, trying to figure out, who was talking. And then as she just like sniffs the air and realizes that, oh, it's from these little monstrosities. And all of them absolutely, like, picking people off and grappling Evelyn. She kind of like squares her shoulders up, and she is a large dire wolf. Looks from one to the other and one to the other, and then just goes, "Oh man, I don't have a good voice for this. We'll see. How about
There's no wrong answer. There's no wrong answer.
She goes, she's like, drop them. And then she just starts absolutely barking like a roo.
Give me an intimidation check.
I'll give you the stuff I'm good at. Charisma, no. Okay, hang on. Oh, what about an 18? And I have Pax Tactics. What? That could be anything. It's like an attack roll.
You all hear Walnut barking and almost can make out Are those words in while she's barking?
You
And
can hear the
s-
sounds in the awoos.
Yeah, exactly. It's like aroo, aroo.
Oh
You know?
yeah, it's like the dog that's being accompanied by a piano.
Yes!
Baroo!
You see the one that is holding Strix and has its tentacles wrapped in, turns very slowly and looks at you, and the other one just sort of floats there for a second. And it says back to you in Undercommon, "We consume the children of Hadar."
Oh, easy. Walnut absolutely grumbles, like look like it's a split second, but she goes, she says, "Not Hadar," and then it's like she's like rolling meat around her mouth and says, she goes, "Lathander."
Evelyn, you absolutely make out Lathander. You are 1,000% here. Remember. You know, come out of her mouth.
Good wolf. Good wolf. Yes.
Well, Walnut looks like really snarly, but the tail starts wagging and betrays her.
Strix, you see this thing with its tentacles in you, its head rotates towards you, and you hear Lathander.
No.
And it just looks at you like it's confused.
Blah. That made it worse somehow.
Strix, however, it is your turn. You get the distinct impression that it's trying to figure out if you're a cultist of Hadar. It is still holding on to you, but the second one is just floating there, and this one is just looking at you. As Walnut is trying to say something to it.
I would like to get out of this and just misty step to the other side of the room.
You very much do.
Just goodbye. No, not Lathander, not Hadar. No.
Yep. Misty Step's a bonus action, so you very much appear just sort of like in ankle deep water in the mist.
Yeah.
But they are like looking confused. Do you say anything to it?
Oh my god. I hate this. I try as convincingly as I can to say through my teeth, say we are followers of Lathander, not Hadar.
The moment has come.
Evelyn, just for the splittest of seconds, Lathander appears in front of you, and it's like, Evelyn, chest bump, bring it in, Evelyn. Yeah. We got him.
No, that's not.
You hear like Evelyn, you hear a holy chorus, but it's actually just Evelyn being like, hallelujah.
I do not.
You see the two Death's Kiss look at each other, and one of them is very grievously wounded. The other one hurt just a little bit. And they just look at each other, and you can... Walnut, you make out that they're saying, not Hadar. But you all hear them saying something about Hadar and floating backwards away from you all, basically getting out of the way. Lathander.
No.
What's happening?
Yeah, Treppy very much is just like...
Lathander,
You know?
we love Lathander.
Wow.
Just really stoked.
I definitely like have like a wine skin or something on me, and I just like immediately like wash my mouth out and just spit it out. Like I had to like clean my mouth out with soap.
Why did that work?
You see Tycho actually floats over onto your shoulder, Strix, and just kind of like puts a little claw on your shoulder and goes, Lathander, bleh.
Yeah, bleh,
Oh,
bleh,
Oh,
bleh, bleh.
Yeah.
I give him a little cap full of wine.
Yeah, exactly. He's like,
Bleh.
you know?
Yeah.
Right. Perfect. Hey, having publicly professed your love for Lathander,
That doesn't count.
I mean, that literally is what happened here.
I said we.
In the darkest depths of the Temple of Hadar, called upon the light of the Morning Lord.
Listen.
Evelyn.
Thank you for this, B Dave. This is a great day.
Listen, if you have to choose between Hadar or Lathander,
What, Strix? What?
Yeah, say it. What were you
Finish
gonna
the
say?
sentence.
What are you gonna say?
I don't like any gods, but being nice to Lathander is better than being nice to Hadar.
Why?
A deft statement.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've had this other discussion that Lathander is a good god. Good gods don't do as bad of things as bad gods, but they are still bad.
I heard you say good.
Mm.
Bullshit.
This is not black and white enough for you, Evelyn, and I apologize.
I just, I am not a monster. I will not make Strix continue to twist like this currently. But I feel like, at least in my own mind, of course, Evelyn does what you say Evelyn does. But in my mind, I just had that moment of the SpongeBob episode when he realizes that Squidward loves Krabby Patties.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. And it's also mixed with like, I've been waiting for this moment my whole life, just. And Strix is like, no, this, that, and Evelyn will consistently remind her with quoted scriptures of how once you claim the name of Lathander, you may not ever be separated, and no one can snatch you from the hand of Lathander,
And Strix
etc.
is just like, where does it say this? Show me the book. Show me the book.
Evelyn pulls out the book and shows you.
Like, where even
Strix
is
is
she
just
keeping
like-
that?
Yeah, where have you been keeping that?
She has a pocket-sized one. Just
Oh my God, it's the
It's like
pocket.
a Gideon's hymns
Yeah.
to Lathander.
yep.
Yeah, you put them in inns all over Waterdeep.
I thought these were just in the inns we went to. You were putting them there?
Do you want one? I have a couple.
No.
I have to say, and this is true, one day at my oldest school, some people were there handing out Bibles, which is of course weird at a
I
at
had
a
that
middle
too.
school. And but my youngest, because everybody didn't want them, but my youngest felt bad for them, or my oldest rather, so she came home literally with like 12 pocket-sized Bibles that she's like, it just felt wrong to throw them away. And I'm like, I get it. I don't know what we're gonna do with them.
Oh,
There you go.
no.
There you go. For times
Oh,
just like
no.
this. That's why
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
Oh,
like
When your
Gambit
friend
throws-
needs one.
Exactly. Just got one handy. So as you all continue making your way down through this place, with what has sharply become both the best and worst day all at once
my
for some of you, the passageway opens up into a square chamber some 40 feet on a side, its floor dropping away to create a massive pit bordered by a ledge of rough stone. Cut into the walls of the pit, an uneven staircase marks a course from the upper floor down into the shadow below. All of you give me wisdom checks. Actually, I won't make you give me a wisdom check because I think this is something you would just realize. As you get close to this, Virgil, the steady beat of thunder timed to the pulse of the artifact box is growing even louder, crashing in on you with a fury that can be felt. And it is sort of a little difficult. Give me either a con save or a wisdom save, Virgil. As the power of a god is sort of coursing through your body as you begin this descent.
Oh, that's 16 plus 4, dirty 20.
Thank you, Evelyn.
Before Kent,
Yeah.
as you see Virgil's knees clearly weakening and struggling on these stairs, what, if anything, does Kent do?
Is the box out, Verge? Do you have it out?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
still in a hand. Yeah.
Then I think it's one hand or one arm underneath him to support him, and the other one, since I don't want to eat it anymore, we'll scoop the box back.
I'm going to say all of you give me either a con or a wisdom save, whichever is higher.
And don't forget to add 4.
Plus 4 from the extra radiant light of Lathander now. Like, it is like showroom new Lathander
We
light.
all need shades for this light now. It's good. It's good light.
Yep.
I think we're playing hot potato with
It
this.
is fine artisanal light coming out.
Bert, I feel like Strix has now recoiled and is just like even more hunched. Like,
I have
you
a
just
feeling we're
see-
hot. Go ahead.
oh, go! I just see 2 little eyes and horns. Like,
I think I might be passing the box on because I did worse than Virgil. I got 17
Uh-oh.
on my wisdom save.
22.
17, 22,
16.
16. Walnut.
29.
The majority of you made it, which is fine. And Strix being the only one that failed it is like kind of kind of optimal right now, all things
Sure.
being equal. As like at one point Strix's legs just kind of go out from underneath, and they're definitely about to fall. I will say just Walnut or Evelyn catch your friend before she kind of tumbles end over end down the stairs.
I catch her.
No!
yeah.
Strix is just looking like this close to Evelyn's face. Like, do you have anything to say about that? What do you have to say?
About
About-
Lathander?
About
Sure,
just catching me?
Lathander's
No,
my
about
favorite.
you just caught me on the stairs. What are you gonna say about it? Like, maybe Lathander did it, or welcome to the warm embrace of Lathander, or Lathander's arms are only for you, and
Wow, yeah, those are great responses. You really are getting into this morning Lord worship, and I just hallelujah.
I just don't make an expression and just get back to walking.
All of you give me perception checks.
12.
Well, a lot's
22.
happening. 22.
Thank God some of you are
6.
actually good at
6.
this.
Mhm.
So mad. Strix is just like
True.
purposefully not looking anymore.
What Walnut get?
Cumulative 35.
Whoa.
Jesus
Walnut.
Christ.
It's the
like
only
radar.
thing I'm good at. It's the only thing she's good at.
It's like radar, Walnut. As Strix and Evelyn are having this moment, you know, the ever responsible Walnut sort of look down the stairs to see what's at the bottom. And at the foot of the vault, a wide archway opens to reveal a space holding a blood-red arched iron door. The thundering sound of the husk's heart shakes the walls and floor of this alcove, channeled past two black armored figures floating in midair. Whatever creatures wears the spiked armor appears to be sealed wholly within it, and only a pair of vertical glowing slits in the head hinting as to where their eyes might be. And I will show you what they look like here.
Seeing that, I absolutely like. I'm like sidled up to you know what? I'm just inside. I like am. It's still Wolfie, like sidling up to Virgil, and then like kind of just like nosing at your hand, and then like growling, just like that low ambient, none-stopping growl.
Mm.
So I don't like these.
Virgil, when you get the nudge, you very much see the two figures, as stated.
I just opened it up. Oh my.
Alphonse?
And that's at the bottom.
What in the hells?
Thank you.
You see.
And that's ahead of us down the stairs, or
It's like- You've broken him.
Any of you that have Arcana or Religion, feel free to roll it.
Oh my god.
That
I have,
specifically
like,
are proficient in Arcana or Religion.
oh my gosh. I have like +9 in both, and I rolled a nat 20. Woo!
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's like a 29. 29.
Strix, as you are looking at these two things, you hear a familiar voice in your head.
Uh-huh.
Strix, I understand. It was under duress that you called upon my name. I understand. Don't have any wish to have you do anything beyond your free will, but might I assist you with a little bit of knowledge?
Okay.
Those are zodars. Zodars are created to serve noble gods. There is no way they should be here in the service of Hadar.
Thanks.
Perhaps I don't know, if you were to somehow get this across to them, it might make your path a little easier. Don't worry, I won't tell Evelyn we had this little chat.
Please just do before she finds out other ways.
All right,
Meanwhile,
I'm
I
absolutely
think-
going to tell her. And you feel the presence
Oh
of
my
Lathander depart.
I feel like there's no way that we are not all staring at Strix doing exactly what Evelyn does every time Lathander talks to her.
Evelyn just has
But
like little
almost more
stars
like a
in her
hornet around your
eyes.
head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reaction's probably a lot more severe in this case, though. It's like, oh, is she okay?
No, yeah, she's like just going like, get out, get out, get out.
Strix, I'm talking to you.
I will tell you, with that natural 20, I will tell you a few things about these Zodars. Again, they are created by ancient forgotten gods. There's no chance they were created to serve Hadar. They are incredibly powerful, and they have access to the single most devastating magic that exists. They don't talk. They can speak 3 times in their entire lives.
Wow.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that.
Yeah, I hate that a lot.
Oh.
And I will say, as you see this, Strix, both armored figures sort of shift forward, blocking the doorway and raising their arms in a silent warning to stay away.
All right. I'm like, all right, I'm going to try something. Also, Evelyn, your boyfriend god talked to me again.
Wait, what? What?
You know, Lathander, he was in my head.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't great.
No.
What'd you say?
I
What'd
don't
you
know.
say? How long
Dumb,
did you talk?
dumb beefcake things like he always does. I don't know. It was like, I'm Lathander. I love being like buff and babies and stuff. And life. I love life because I'm good.
Yeah, that
So-
sounds like Lathander.
Yeah, it was. So anyway, these things are important and only serve good gods. I mean, I do think God, I almost thanked him. It was so. I think
You can
I
thank him next time. It's okay. Don't feel bad.
I think
He
I'm
understands.
sick. I think I'm sick. Anyway, give me 1 second, and I'm gonna walk up to these things, and I speak Celestial. So in Celestial, I'm going to tell them. And Evelyn, you speak Celestial, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You're gonna hear me say that this is a follower of Lathander here who is very important. You don't serve Hadar. This is an evil area. This is an evil god. You should be serving radiance like Lathander. Sense the radiance and goodness in this follower of the great god Lathander. And I like gesture towards Evelyn.
You can give me persuasion with advantage, Strix.
Yes.
Wow.
I'd sigh. That's a dirty 20.
You see, they turn and look at each other, and then they look back at you.
Don't look at me. I'm dirty and from Sigil. I'm not. That's. She starts like babbling.
No, she's also a servant of Lathander.
No,
In fact,
no.
a new servant, and she needs even more help than I do. I've been serving the Morning Lord for a long time. You should serve her. And I try to persuade them to follow Strix.
I just expect to have my neck snapped.
You see one of them. You see the light just sort of dims slightly,
Oh.
and it floats over to the side and out of the way and just lands.
Oh.
But the second one raises its hands up, and lightning begins to crackle over them as you can roll initiative again.
No. And I'm like, it's because you told them I followed Lathander and I don't.
I rolled a nat 20 for 24.
Hey, all right.
So
now,
many 20s.
Now I got
know.
access to
hot
Notepad, and
day.
everything is working right. All
Yay.
another natural
Ooh.
20. Okay. Walnut.
I don't know. I just saw somebody else's roll.
All right. Well, give it. Yeah, I'm ready for whoever
15,
when you got
15,
it.
15.
15 for Walnut. Strix.
12.
12. All right. Kent
22.
and Virgil.
This one he's ready
19.
for.
19. You guys
Somehow.
are ready this time. However, a natural 20, it won't. Let me just check something real quick here. Ooh, it almost got a natural 22. It was on a 20 and then it rolled over. Evelyn, you will be first.
I will. Do I have anything that'll just stop lightning? I don't think so.
I will also say, without making you do anything, Evelyn, you are aware this thing is not evil.
Right. But it is clearly threatening us with lightning,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, no, it wants the smoke, clearly.
Well, why would it do that if it's not evil? That doesn't make any sense, B. Dave. All right, I'm gonna try to hit it with my axe.
All right, go ahead and roll it.
$23.
That is enough.
I am also going to, at that time, cast Ensnaring Strike.
Okay.
So writhing masses of thorny vines appear at the point of impact, and it must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained until the spell ends.
All right. Are you going to smite as well?
I'm just gonna do. How's my spells looking? Yeah. I'll give it just a little second level smite. So I'm gonna give it the. I haven't even rolled the damage yet. I just wanted you to know that that's what it's doing.
Little love tap.
So that's gonna be. I'll do the math.
This has a significant amount of strength, and I also finally got that 20. So as the vines and things come up, it is basically unfazed by
Okay.
that.
24 radiant,
Perfect. All right.
and then a second attack.
All right. Have at it.
20.
Dirty 20 or natural 20?
Dirty,
That
filthy,
is-
disgusting 20.
How much was that on the radiant? Sorry, that you did before.
Did I say 26? I think.
That's good enough. All right. As chat goes scrolling by with what you actually
Yeah.
said. Yes, and that is enough to hit it.
Okay. And I will do the damage again. Give me a moment.
Yes, no problem. It's a lot of dice. Kent is on deck, and then Virgil.
$24 radiant.
24. Perfect. You all see the flashes of light from Evelyn go off, denting into the armor of this thing. Looks like the radiant damage is working, but Kent, it is your turn.
Oh, interesting about the radiant. And it's really only the one that's threatening us, right? The other one seems to have backed off.
The other one stood down.
Okay. Sir, I'm gonna first. No, not first. I'm going to run towards this one that Evelyn is attacking, and right as I'm not slowing down as I approach it, and right before I would collide with it, I'll use my ghost walk to be incorporeal. And float through it to the other side and get. My speed is quite slow once I turn incorporeal, but I'll get to the other side. Yeah. And go as far as I can, and then and turn and just try and stab it to get it to turn around and face me. And as I do that, I'll also sort of toss photos up in the air and have him breathe on the creature.
Yay! Yeah, he absolutely does. Yep.
All right, I gotta scroll up and figure out
Photos
what gives-
like visibly has a bigger little dragon belly. Like he was a glutton in the best of times. And, yeah, he looks like Puff the Magic Dragon now. Yeah.
I love it. Okay, so that is gonna be Photos' thing does a bit of radiant damage and makes him shiny. So Photos does two points of radiant damage, and then with my action, I'll stab him with my rapier.
Go ahead and roll it. You said 2 points of radiant.
So 21 to hit with the rapier.
That is enough.
Okay, so that will be. Here we go. 12 plus 39 is 51 piercing. and 17 necrotic. So 51 plus 17 is 68 altogether.
Okay.
And do I need to use a bonus action to
It does seem like
this
it's working.
off? Great.
Mm-hmm.
And I just am sort of making my incorporeal self like as extra as possible because I want its attention. So stabbing
Got
and
it.
flourishing and using photos to light up my slightly incorporeal hair.
It does rotate around and seem to be looking in your direction. Yep.
There is a moment where I realize then what I have done.
One of those careful what you wish for things. Anything else from Kent?
No, that'll be it for me.
Virgil, it is your turn.
I forgot to unmute. Upon seeing that, Virgil yells to Tycho, and says, "Give it cold feet." And Tycho is going to use their icy whoosh, which is just a blast of cold, and it deals damage and reduces target speed by 5 feet until their next turn.
Because icy feet are better, Daddy. And very much does that. And very much looks at photos while he does it. With them kind of have another catty moment.
Meanwhile,
whopping-
oh, I was just gonna say. Meanwhile, Kent or Virgil tells him to give him cold feet, and Kent goes, "Flashbacks to the wedding."
Evelyn goes, "Aw."
Oh no.
Yeah, that is 1 point of cold damage.
Oh, I
1 point
give
of attention,
Photos a
Tycho.
little. I give Photos a little wing bump on that one.
Mhm.
But then
One.
Virgil kind of drawing on that energy. It's like the cold hit the feet, but then it is kind of like shimmering and sparking. And Virgil's going to cast Lightning Bolt against this, but use his sorcery to change it to ice damage.
Okay.
Because don't you dare show up my child in front of him. How dare you?
Yeah, you very much see it's like that LeBron James Dwayne Wade picture where Photos or Tycho just sort of extends his wings in front of Virgil as the icy beam comes right over his head. Yeah, go.
That's a dex save of 18, DC 18.
You might be surprised this thing is not terribly dexterous and it does not make the save.
All right, then that's going to be. Hold on. Where's my button? There it is. It's a lot of dice. 36 cold damage.
36. Perfect.
Photos don't make fun of other daddy.
And you do see frost forming all over it here. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anything else?
Yeah, I think that's actually no. I think after casting that spell, Virgil actually rises into the air and starts flying.
Okay.
That's a bonus action.
Alrighty. Perfect. Good news, bad news, Kent.
Okay.
The good news is you have its attention.
Yes, and since I'm incorporeal, it has disadvantage, which is also good news.
I need you to know that just saved you from a natural 20. That's good.
So glad. And it's
Yeah,
and I
it
was
is.
I was looking to see if I could drop out of Ghost Walk, but I need to use a bonus action. It's a good thing.
It is gonna hit you, but it is not going to hit you as hard.
Fair enough.
It hits you for 42 points of force damage as its fists just like pummel down, and would have been much worse. And then it turns and looks at you, Evelyn, and I need a con save.
Do you need it?
Do.
All right.
Can I uncanny dodge that?
Yeah, it's just a melee attack.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
It was two individual attacks of 21 points each.
Got it. Okay.
24.
Oh, okay.
Evelyn, you see it holds its hand out around you, and you see, similar to how when the reality just tore apart behind Nebula and she just stepped through it, that opens up behind you and starts to pull you through it, but you manage to stay still, but you do take 11 points of force damage as it's pushing, and it just sort of like tilts its head like it's confused why you didn't go through. However, that is its turn. So Walnut, you're up.
Wonderful. Dang. This how bad is Kent looking?
Kent took a bit of a beating earlier today.
Yeah.
Also, so like
How
I don't know, on a
haggard?
scale of 1 to 122, he looks about a 55.
You know what?
That's not how that works.
That's good enough. You know, Walnut senses this very succinct number.
I mean, look, listen, Walnut's got amazing perception. I don't know what to tell you.
I know, really. On a scale of no. I think actually, dang, you know, Walnut has not been doing very good with the attack. What about the whole other half of her kit? No, she's not like that. I don't know
fair
why
enough.
I don't know why she equips that. I'm so sorry. I will say that she absolutely drops her wild shape and goes to moonbeam our spiciest enemy here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna try and do it at a level that you're gonna love. It's gonna be the 5th level.
Nice.
And
I was like, there's a level 69.
yes. Yes.
Nice.
No. All right, here we go.
Good level. Mm-hmm. I believe that is a save, correct?
Yeah, it's gonna be a con 19, please.
What Tycho did to it, reduced its speed, but didn't affect its saves, correct? Okay, all right. It has pretty chunky con, so it does make the save.
Okay, so then I guess it just takes half. And so we are gonna give me those d10s. Here we go. Dang, that's 38.
Even halved is 38.
No, I want to say the big number first.
Got it.
You don't need to say the smaller number. Listen, we all know what half of 38 is. It's some number. Who could
It's
say?
19. It's 19.
No, that's not that can't be possible. It's a bigger
Wow.
Again, the moon like comes down on it, and you do see its armor like singeing and burning and breaking as it just like looks down, like it's confused about what's happening to it. Anything else from Walnut?
Yeah, I think that when Walnut does her moonbeam, I think that Bala would pop off. Like Walnut looks to Bala and makes another pointing gesture for Bala to do its prismatic close encounters eyeballs.
Yep. You all see the eyeball start strobing, which is disadvantage on its next attack, I believe.
Good. If
I'm
it comes
asking,
to
I'm not
that.
telling. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Okay, perfect. You do see the Bala doing the strobe. Yep. Although you see it also doesn't seem like it turns and looks. Like the lights start going off, but it's like it doesn't register.
Well,
And Bala very much looks at you like disappointed, like,
does the strobing hit me when Bala looks at me?
no.
Okay.
She's smart enough to turn it off before she looks at mommy.
All right. Well, I give
You
her the
do
pets
see
and a treat.
all six of her eyes like dim a little bit. Like I tried my best. Like
Oh no! And then as a bonus action, I comfort her at the end of my turn.
free action to snuggle Bala. Yeah, free action. Free action. Perfect. Strix, your turn.
All right. I'm still next to this thing, I believe. At least I was closest to them when they started fighting everyone. So I'm gonna try to touch it and kind of like, again, in Celestial, like, I don't really want it to notice me because then it'll probably just like hand me, but I guess I have no choice because I'm talking to it. So I'm gonna just tell in Celestial, like, go serve the noble gods, and I'm going to touch it and try and plane shift it to the celestial planes.
I'm gonna stack on to that natural 20 that you got before. And let's be honest, the all-consuming light of Lathander.
No!
You know plane shift won't work on it.
Oh, because
you don't have to use the spell.
Okay.
You're just innately aware that will not work on this in particular.
All right.
It's like you very much are like it's like Strix again. Hate to intrude, but they are.
And they've got those
vulnerable to
cliff
that
notes,
particular
and it's like,
Strix.
nah.
Strix like loves the idea that she can have like extra powers because of this, but also hates it, which this is literally the worst day of her life. She's being given power from the gods, literally, and the god is so annoying, and she doesn't want anything to do with him.
It's like that meme: the worst person you know makes really great point. You know?
Yeah. And she just
But
like,
it's Lathander, like.
yeah, and she feels Evelyn's eyes just burning into her back, and she's like, "Ugh."
Yeah, you do not have to use your action, but you are aware that will not work on this.
Okay, well, I am extremely hurt, so I'm just going to Misty step away from them as well.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
No, please, you.
Oh, I just want to get away from them, so it's like, boop, just further away.
Yeah. Well, Misty Step is just a bonus action, so anything else?
Yeah. And then I am going to... Oh my gosh. I don't know if I trust lightning on these because I don't know. I guess I'm going to try and polymorph them.
When you even ponder the lightning, you do not feel any distress signals from Lathander.
Oh, okay. All right, then I'm just like, I'm fine. So he doesn't talk to me again. I cast chain lightning on them, on the one then.
Perfect.
Do I still get double damage?
Oh, of course.
Oh, hooray!
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm gonna do it at 7th level because I just feel like being sassy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And that is 43 plus, let's see, 42. So 85.
85. Strix, the lightning leaps out from your hand and just punches a hole clean through this.
Oh!
And it looks down and it sort of like shifts to the side for a second and lifts its head back up. And it says, "You will not all leave this place." And you feel a shockwave as it casts a wish spell.
Oh!
And disintegrates into dust.
I just angrily stomp my feet, like, no, not again!
Hey, Lathander, could you quit? That we got wished. Lathander, could you could you undo the?
Lathander does not respond.
I'm fine with that, but I am stomping up and down on this thing's corpse now. Jumping on it, just crushing it with my feet.
We all stare.
And I'm just like, not again, stupid celestial BS, stupid, hitting it with my staff.
You see, as you're just stomping on the dust here.
I hate gods, stupid gods.
You see the second one comes forward and just like kneels down next to you and like brings its head down next to you, Strix, while you're just like stomping on the ashes of the first one.
Fair.
And it's looking at you like it wants to say something, but it doesn't want to interrupt your rage.
I will turn to it and just kind of just side-eye it.
And you all hear it say out loud,
Oh, not again!
"Warden is master here, but guardians protect them. Do not face the warlock. Slay the dragons quickly, but then do not tarry, or Warden's power grows." And it stands up.
Thank you.
And it just stands there.
Okay. I'll get off its friend and just...
As you all are standing there now, kind of taking all of this in, when you see it up close, the blood red iron door has a solid mass of interlocking bars 2 feet on a side with no obvious way through. Powerful magic wards in the door prevent from scrying or teleporting beyond it.
This place is a nightmare.
Yeah. It takes a minute for Kent to shake out of that feeling of power. But then, I mean, this is his thing. Scary temple, dangerous god, trapped door, very much his deal. So he'll, as much as a way for us to move forward as also a way to just distract himself, he'll go and just start trying to notice anything he can about the sigils, if they are decipherable or if there's an obvious locking mechanism or way to open it or anything.
Give me a perception check.
It's a 12.
Seemed like a big old honking metal door.
Yeah. I just turn around, like, so deeply frustrated. If we leave now, if we all leave now, maybe it won't happen.
That's not really how that works.
But leaving.
No, we're all cursed now. So
Yeah.
here, let me take a look at that door. I'll just walk up and just Arcana check the door.
Roll it.
And like while Strix is doing it,
Mhm.
she's just like, Kent, I'm so sorry I saw your mother. I know I saw my mother once. She was also just a horrific mass of like rats in her hair. And it was just really horrible. It wasn't Sigil, it wasn't she was insane. Then she disappeared and spoke this horrible, evil language. And she's just like going on about this experience she had and just probably making it really awkward. So that's a 19.
Kent's trying to get a word in edgewise to tell Strix that like his human dad was the evil one, but it's fine.
Yeah, she's just like
Strix, as you're looking at this in all of that, you're trying to figure it out, and Kent, you're sharing that your dad was the evil one. What did your father look like?
Oh God.
He was originally from the Snowflake Mountains. He was like he was just a farmer who like got a little big for his britches and like managed to be really like small time nasty. But he was this very, very like handsome and charismatic man who could just take people in.
1 second here. I have to look something up. As you somebody wrote in chat, do you mean Gaston?
Yes.
Brown Gaston, yes.
No one plots like Gaston, takes cheap shots like Gaston, plans to persecute harmless tieflings like Gaston.
Oh my God.
As you say this out loud, you hear his voice. Kent, does your father still live? It's his voice, but says out loud, does your father still live? You all hear this.
Oh, hello?
Yes.
Don't answer that. Oh God.
Out of the darkness, you see your father, Kent, with bright, glowing red eyes. And looks down and looks at the hands and says, I can offer you his destruction, his soul to torment. Would that make you happy, Kent?
Kent stares at him for a minute and then begins to laugh.
Oh, Strix is like, what's so funny? And looks around and is like, oh.
Whatever you are, you don't know me nearly as well as you think you do. No, my father was not a good man. But I hold him no ill will. I don't wish him any torment because my mother never did. And that was kind of the point. So no, I don't want to torment him. And I'm considerably less scared of you. What a simple mistake to have made.
I don't understand you. I don't understand mortals.
We understand ourselves far less than perhaps you think we might, but it is that mystery that makes things so interesting for us, and that you can never grasp.
But I understand pain, and Virgil flies into the air, and you see his arms and legs get pulled in opposite directions.
Ow!
Am I funny now,
Let him go.
or what? Am I funny now?
No.
Virgil, you may speak. Kent holds your life in his hands. What would you like to say to him?
No matter what this is, no matter what force or power holds me, and you are not to blame.
Isn't he? He's offended me. And by doing so, put your life directly in peril. I think he's very much to blame, Virgil.
Kent throws himself to his knees, puts his forehead on the ground.
See? And Virgil drops to the floor. So easy. Mortals. So brave. All I have to do. They always think they're willing to die for what they believe in. That's not the hard part. Letting the ones they love die for what they believe in. That's the hard part. You've made it quite a ways. Interesting stratagem with the Zodar. Although, now there is a curse on one of your souls. Don't worry, chances are most of you will never leave this place.
Turn into something else.
What would you like me to look like, Strix? In Strix, she changes into your mother.
No.
That
Great.
horrifying rat-haired abomination.
That's what I wanted. And Strix just like walks and looks closer. I wanted to see what she looked like closer, because the first time I saw her, she wasn't very clear.
You see, she very much leans down in your face. And actually, Strix, you tell me, it is a perfect approximation.
Strix's
Even
mom,
more than you remember, Strix.
Oh.
It seems like this is somehow transcended memory.
Interesting. Strix's mom looks like her, but older. And they're actually bats in her hair, not rats. Her hair was like bats. And she has a scar running down her body like a zipper. It looks like she was once pulled apart and then put back together.
You see as Hadar puts on this face, it sort of runs its hands down and says, such an injury. Where did it come from?
I have no idea. I'd love to know. I know. I think she was in Cantifer in Sigil trying to get magic to become a god.
Do you wish for her subjugation?
No,
Will you
no.
accept the blessing that Kent would not?
No. I know. I just wanted to get a closer look at her, just for my own selfishness. Thank you.
I'd hoped when you all understood, when you felt the hunger, you would understand why I do what I do. You felt it, all of you.
You do what you do so that you can have power.
No, I am power. I don't need to have power. I hunger.
That's power to consume.
There was a time I shone so brightly. My light could be seen across the sky. In my light dimmed, I nearly burned out. And I realized It needed fuel. Just like logs maintain a bonfire. Your Lathander will find this out one day. One day, his light will grow dim as well, and he will be like me. That's why I do not mind your service to your currently shining god.
You're not talking to me, right? You're talking to Evelyn.
No, she's just saying
It's
it.
both of us. I heard it's both
No,
of us.
it was
Yep.
not both of us, no.
It was a plural you.
It was not.
The royal you.
That was
I
not.
understand.
Evelyn
this.
has, as this has been happening, Evelyn has been just like interposing herself, trying to get between Hadar and Virgil and Kent, like protecting them, kind of.
When you move between, she does turn and look at you, and she says, "You would die for them."
I would die for what they have.
Why? It's a weakness. You've seen. I brought him to his knees simply by threatening this one. Why do you envy this?
Envy. I don't see it as a weakness. I see it as a great treasure. And I would rather die than see it taken away when it has found a home.
Walnut,
Yeah.
you thought about leaving.
Can you blame
You-
me?
Thought about turning your backs on all of them. There is great wisdom here, Walnut. If you wish to depart, you can. When the time comes, I will consume you last.
You're so petty. You're so petty. You come here and you play with them like playthings, and you talk about hunger and power, being power, and us, we're nothing. We're mites on the skin of Toril. This is how you decide to spend your time. Walnut's just like she has faced a lot of different gods, a lot of different times, and she's just completely fed up with being just like puppeteered at this point. And she's just like, either you're going to do something or you're not.
Believe it or not, Walnut, what would you say is the face of Walnut's worst enemy?
Walnut's worst enemy.
You know, simple question. No big deal.
No, I mean, yeah.
Herself.
Honestly, I think it's her as a kid.
My default was Walnut, actually.
It's her at about like 9 years old.
Hadar turns to that version of you right in front of you and says, I'm not angry at you, Walnut. Any of you, really. In fact, you have my gratitude. Without you, I would not be here. Had you not helped deliver Tiamat to me, my ascension would not be nigh at hand. That is why I have blessed you. That is why I allow you to survive up until now. I will allow you to continue should you find your way through. My warden will show you no mercy, but I myself will not strike you down. There would be no glory in this. But you are wrong. You are not mites. You're fuel. Such a being. One gave its life speaking a curse. I appreciate that level of commitment. Come, heroes. Show me your level of commitment. And Hadar vanishes, leaving the iron door.
Full sprint. Like I'm seeing red. Me physically as a player, and also Walnut are so upset right now. She would just like immediately start trying to go.
So, the door can only be battered down by force. In Strix, you are aware that the moment you start attacking the door, everyone on the other side, whatever it may be, is going to know. How do you all choose to attack this door? To destroy it as fast as you can?
I stop Walnut. I'm like, no, we can't. We have to. Please don't. You just like hitting me or like.
Yeah, I think that it would be like the primal savagery again, and it's just claws and teeth, and she is just trying to like rip out of your grasp.
Ow. It's sharp. Can you stop, please? It's very sharp. Please stop.
You see Bala very much is like nuzzling under your chin, trying to like push you back a little bit. This like little Kindori trying to stop you as Strix is trying to hold on here. And she's flashing her lights at you, the distracting lights, trying to get you to look at her.
If she does that, then I would look at her and just be like, subdued. You see like the claws like pulsing like they want to go back in.
Mm-hmm. And you all see this little Kindori like trembling slightly in front of her mom, but like flashing her distracting lights there, trying to get Walnut to stop.
No.
How would you all like to breach the door?
Well, I'm gonna heal myself first because I am looking rough.
Here is what I will say. Don't worry about the healing just yet. Worry about the violence first and healing second.
Okay.
Then I'll smash the door.
Yeah, I just pointed at Evelyn. I'm like, that's usually what works.
Smash it with a hammer.
All right, so you're going to start hitting it with your axe. What is Walnut going to do?
Oh yeah, smash it with the axe. What's my big smashy? I think that honestly, she would just be using probably her new sword, just like slashing it.
It feels disturbingly good swinging this 9 life stealer scimitar at this. Kent?
Kent is precision, not brute force. So I think rather than grabbing either of his weapons, man, between mom and dad both showing up and using both of his innate magic spells, which I don't know that he's done in literally decades, he'll summon a flame blade to go and just start trying to carve out, if there are visible hinges, or if not, just around sort of the edges, so that once they're battering, hopefully it'll come loose a little sooner.
Perfect. And Virgil?
Virgil is, like in his mind, he's kind of thinking of a coordinated attack. Any comic book fans know that one scene from from Giant Size X-Men #1, where it's like, here's how you break a door down. But Virgil is kind of holding back and watching and waiting for their strikes, and he is, he's preparing another lightning bolt of ice because it's solid, but it is like he's kind of doing the Raiden thing. Like he is essentially waiting for the right moment, and it's kind of like when we hit, we all hit.
You see Tycho gets on your shoulder and inhales sharply, and then realizes you're not about to do it. It's kind of like tries to get ready at the second that you let it out.
Timing, Tycho. You'll know.
Yeah. Okay, Daddy. I'm ready. In Strix, what is Strix going to do?
Oh my gosh. She's gonna stick the celestial waffles at the door.
Perfect.
The tentacle waffles. Just,
the
it's an owlbear,
celestial
but
tentacled owlbear, because that's a thing that exists now.
Yes.
Is you all crash into this door. You see the Zodar also is like
oh, thanks, buddy.
punching the door.
Wow.
Until finally you do hear it crack sharply in just enough space for somebody to squeeze through forms. And as you're all hitting it as hard as you can, exhausted and injured, it looks down at all of you and it just says, I wish you luck. and it disintegrates into ashes, and all of you gain the benefits of a long rest, so that you will go into your final battle at full power.
I really appreciate that, but that's like not a lot to die for.
The saddest thing. Yeah, that's like the saddest thing ever.
Wait, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what Kent tries to do, and you tell me if it works. So Kent has a voice. This has all been horrible, and things have died around him, and he has wanted no mementos. But this is the first thing that has ended its existence around us that has been helpful to us. So I think Kent reaches for its disintegrating form and tries to make a soul trinket out of whatever is left.
Give you that.
Yeah.
What does that entail? I don't even know what it is, and the answer is yes.
So when a creature dies within 30 feet of me, Kent has so much experience with the ancient, pre-sundering gods of death that he can pull just a little bit of their essence and turn it into a little charm or a trinket. In this case, it turns into a tiny little obsidian figurine that looks like the Zoltar. Anyway.
Zodar.
Mm-hmm.
It reads your fortune too. Weird.
Yeah, it does.
That's true. That's
weirdly enough, it kind of does, right? So I have it on me, and it does a bunch of things. But one of the things that I can eventually do with it is I can destroy the token and free the little remaining shard of its spirit, and I can ask it a question before it's gone.
Well, lucky for you, it can only talk 3 times, and it's spoken twice.
Twice,
so,
yeah. Okay, cool.
Here, I think on the literal precipice of the final battle to save all of reality, enabled by the final sacrifice of this Zodar, I think, and actively antagonized by Hadar itself, I think is an excellent place for us to stop. However, I of course have to tell you who won all the things. So the 2 you know what? I'm a monster. I'm gonna say who won the things last. You can wait a few more seconds, because have I not taken enough from everyone today already? There's a little more. Special thanks to Luca and V for producing this episode. Again, V's face was priceless during some of these scenes and descriptions. Thank you to Jay and Sean for moderating chat tonight. Oh, I gave a different name at the time. I said Jay and Jordan. Now I got Jay and Sean. Well, shout out to Jordan wherever you are. Thank you, Sean. Thank you to Anna, Brian, Eugenio, Holly, and Trystan for writing the lightning and eating everything. And, again, we're at that point where I'm supposed to thank myself, and that seems...
We can do it.
Thank you, B-Dave.
Thank you, B-Dave.
Thank you, B-Dave.
Thank you, B-Dave.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
That was
Although it does...
terrifying.
It does say thank you for writing the lightning, and thank you for me being master of puppets. So whoever wrote the Metallica allusions into this, you get triple advantage on all your rolls for the rest of your life. Virgil is available now in Idle Champions. We'll see you next Monday, November 21st, my oldest daughter's birthday, no less, for the finale of Idle Champions Presents The Hunger of the Far Realms. But before we go, the winners. FR Larry wins the 2 Spelljammer boosters, and Lex the Cat wins the Ahoy Matey collection. And be sure to use code AstralPlane15 at dndmini.com for 15% off your next order. Thank you, WizKids. That also expires next Monday. And after all of this, I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I'm hungry. We'll see you next week.
Oh.